Giving all praise and glory to the Most High Power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom and welcome. We're going to continue on where we left off from last night. As always, we're going to start off with Colossians 3 and 17. And whatsoever you do, in word or deed, do all by Hashama Mashiach Yahushai, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Hashama Mashiach Yahushai. So all that we say and do is going to be in the name of the Lord and Savior. That's why we reach the Most High. He said, no man cometh to the Father but by Him, or Mashiach Yahushai. So we give all praise and glory to and thanks to the Most High for sending us a Savior, of Mashiach Yahushai, to redeem us from our sins. So we continue where we left off yesterday. We got to go back to 2 Thessalonians to bring back the spirit of where we were at, so everybody would be on the same page as we continue going forward with this. And then there might be someone that wasn't here to know what we were dealing with. You can go to the first 3 videos that I've done on the significance of our spiritual power that receives the Israelite strong in a Mashiach Yahushai with spiritual power. It's called Israelite strong in a Mashiach Yahushai with spiritual power, because that's the power that we receive from the Most High by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, in the name of the Lord and Savior, Him going to the Most High on our behalf. So let's look at 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. And it says in verse 3, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Mashiach Yahushua told us about how he would be revealed when he was here in the flesh. And we know that Judas Iscariot was the son of a perdition right there. That was among the 12. He said, I chose you 12, and one of you is a devil. So this is a different son of perdition. This is big time, where that falling away first came in 70 AD when we fell and had to run into the interiors of Africa as the Israelites, and wherever else we could run to. But it says, this son of perdition, say, who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called God, all that is called the Most High, or that is worship, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, which the temple of the Most High we defined in 1 Corinthians 3:16 is the Israelites, period. So he set himself up to be among us, saying that he is the Most High, the so-called white man. He's the one that did this. Because you look at the Bibles, I showed you in the Bible how it's him. His picture is in the Bible. His picture, last summer picture, the Borgias. I mean, they got a show on Showtime called The Borgia. The Borgias on Showtime. You can look it up on YouTube, called the Borgias. That's who this last summer picture was drawn of. The Borgia family. They call them the first crime family. And y'all bowing down, worshiping, the first crime family. That's what they say. That's what it says. Verse 4 says, who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called God, all that is called the Most High, the only true power, or that is worship, so that he as the Most High sitteth in the temple of the Most High, which are the children of Israel, showing himself that he is the Most High. Can't deny that. Can't nobody deny that. Let's get a quick analysis of the Most High, because the Most High is a spirit. And they that worship him must worship him how? In spirit and in truth. So he's a spirit. He's invisible. But when he want to make himself known to us, tell Allah, he reveals himself as this. Let's look at Daniel 7 and 9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, That's all kingdoms going to be cast down. And the Ancient of Days did sit. So who's the Ancient of Days? The Most High. Nobody older than him. No beginning, no end. That's the Most High, the Ancient of Days. No beginning, no end. Ever. That's our power. So, we're looking at a description of him. If he could be visible, he's invisible. But if he was to be visible, that's why he would look. I beheld till the thrones were cast down. That's all power, rulership, and authority on this earth will be cast down. Ancient of Days did sit, the Most High did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool. So he had pure, nappy hair. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. So that cancels out anyone that has the straight hair. Anyone that had a straight hair like this. Like you see it in this Bible. This kind of hair. You know? So it cancels it out. They have the so-called white man in here representing the Most High. That's what he's talking about. Who exalted himself above all that is called God. And y'all seen the pictures of Caesar Borgia. I don't even need to show you that. You see how they put him in these Bibles as their pictures. Can't deny that. I mean, there's no question about it. That's who it's talking about. Who opposes and exalted himself above all that is called God. So you bring the truth, we're going to oppose it. Even though you show that what I just showed you, the Most High have hair, wool, he going to oppose it. It don't matter. It do matter. Because the truth matter. Or that is worship. So that he asked the Most High, sit up in the temple of the Most High, sit up in the temple of the Most High, which are the children of Israel, when you read 1 Corinthians 3:16, showing himself that he is God. He is the Most High. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. See? So don't forget. I told you this. Okay? So let's look at verse 8. It says, no, I want to go to let's continue to read. That's what we're going to do. We're going to continue to read this. Then we'll break it down piece by piece. And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. And he's going to be revealed. He's been revealed. For the mystery of iniquity does already work. Something that's not known of this wickedness that he would do does already work. Only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. See? He let you know, hey, who was he dealing with? The Roman Empire. Who was who? So-called Caucasians. So-called Italian Caucasians at that. Verse 8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Most High, through a Mashiach Yahushua, shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. So let you know that his power comes from Satan. His signs and lying wonders coming from Satan. And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, you know, them that's going to be put to death, because they receive not the love of the truth. They're going to be put to death because they're not going to receive the love of the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, which is the truth, that they might be saved from the enemies and from the hand of all that hate them. And for this cause the Most High shall give them strong delusions, that they should believe a lie. See? Believing that he is the Most High. He is the Mashiach Yahushua. And the Jewish people that claim to be the Israelites, no, they don't claim to be Israelites, they claim to be Jewish, ISH, meaning a suffix meaning pertaining to being like the Israelites. That's a lie. And other people believe that lie too. That they're the chosen people of the Most High when they are the chosen people of the Most High. That they all might be damned who believe not the truth. Are you going to be damned that listen to them pork chop eating preachers telling you that you don't have to follow the truth, which is the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, or you're not under the law. The truth is defined in Psalms 119, 142. I done said it enough that you should know it by heart by now. His righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. There it is. But had pleasure in unrighteousness. See, they had pleasure in doing what's wrong, doing what's wicked, doing what's evil, and sinning. Pleasure in sinning. He's going to get you. Go to Psalms 109. Psalms 109. It says, hold not thy peace, O Most High, of my praise. For the mouth of the wicked and the mouth of the deceitful are open against me. They are spoken against me with a lying tongue. They compass me about also with words of hatred and fought against me without a cause. No cause. And it tells you in Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not, where and who is it? We just showed you. I just showed you in the Bible. Most I had hair of wool. They got their pictures in there. Marshal Shai told Philip. Philip said, hey, show me the Father. It suffices us. It'll satisfy me. He said, hey, how long have I been with you, Philip? Thou have not seen me. You see me. You seen the Father. And we know Revelations 1, the first chapter, 13 to 15, describes Marshal Shai. He had hair of wool and feet like a fine brass of it burned in a furnace. Very, very dark skin. So it says, verse 3, they compassed me about also with words of hatred and fought against me without a cause. For my love, they are my adversaries. For our love, keeping the laws of the statutes, commandments of the Most High, they become our enemies, he's saying. But I give myself unto prayer. We're going to pray to the Most High continually. And they have rewarded my evil. They have rewarded me evil for good. What's good? The Most High and his laws are good. But why are we rewarded evil for doing the laws of the Most High? Saying you got to come back to the laws of the Most High. You got to do what's right. Because everybody going to go by these laws or you're going to perish, point blank. You're going to learn them now, you're going to learn them later, but you're going to either get it right now, you're going to get it later. You're going to pay now or pay later. Straight up. But my love, they are my adversaries, which means enemies. But I give myself unto prayer. And they have rewarded me evil for good. And hatred for my love. Hatred for keep telling people they got to keep the commandments of the Most High, his rules and regulations. But they'll tell you in a minute, you got to follow the law of the land. Boy, you can't follow the law of the Most High, his commandments. This is what he says, set thou a wicked man over him, and let Satan stand at his right hand. Instead of Mashiach Yahushua, let Satan stand at his right hand. When he shall be judged, let him be condemned, and let his prayer become sin. I tell you, better, hey, if you don't accept the laws of the Most High, your prayer is abomination. Kill us, man. Go to the book of Proverbs. Proverbs 28:9. He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be abomination, of filthy wicked act in the eyes of the Most High. See, so don't get it twisted. Just the judgment of the Most High. Verse 7 of Psalms 109, hold it there, we're going to go through this. When he shall be judged, let him be condemned. When the judgment come upon him, he said, let him be condemned. and let his prayer become sin. Because he turned his ear away from hearing the law. You don't want to hear the law of the Most High. You want to do whatever you want to do. Like you taught, you got a free will. You got a free will to choose life or death. That's it. And that death ain't nothing nice when you be cast into the lake of fire. The life is everlasting life, people. Verse 8, let his days be few, and let another take his office. Well, we know another going to take his office, because 2nd Ezra 6 and 9 says, Second Ezra 6 and 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So another is going to take his office forever and ever and ever. And that's the 12 tribes of Israel, the remnant of the 12 tribes of Israel. Under the power of the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, and the Mashiach, Yahushua, and the elect of the Israelites, the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel. So let his children be fatherless, and his wife a widow. That means he gonna praying to kill the men. For the children to be fatherless, and his wife a widow. So let his children be continual vagabonds, bums, and beg. Let them seek their bread also out of their desolate places. Seek their food out of the desolate places, because he's going to destroy these places. A lot of places where they are now. Let the extortioner catch all that he hath, and let the stranger spoil his labor. Let there be none to extend mercy unto him, neither let there be any to favor his fatherless children. It's deep. You read this chapter before? See, let his posterity be cut off, and in the generation following, let their name be blotted out. Let the iniquity of his fathers be remembered with the Most High, and let not the sin of his mother be blotted out. Let you know, hey, the father sinned and the mother sinned. That's why I say let the iniquity, the wickedness, the sins of his fathers, as fathers, plural, be remembered with the Most High. The iniquity of the fathers, and let not the sin of his mother be blotted out. See, let you know, their mama was bad too. Let them be before the Most High continually, that he may cut off the memory of them from the earth. Because that he remembered not to show mercy. Hear that? That's what he's telling us. Because that he remembered, this is past tense, this is like the future. But he's speaking in past tense, like right now. Because that he remembered not to show mercy. Mercy is not getting something you do to serve, but persecuted the poor and needy man, that he might even slay the broken in heart, as he loved cursing, so let it come up unto him. As he delighted not in blessing, so let it be far from him. You like to curse people? Send curses up on people? Since he didn't want to bless anyone, let him not be blessed. That's what it's saying. As he clothed himself with cursing, like as with his garment, so let it come into his bowels like water, and like oil into his bones. Let it be unto him as the garment which covers him, and for a girdle wherewith he is girded continually. Let this be the reward of mine adversaries. Let this be the reward of mine enemies from the Most High, and of them that speak evil against my soul. But do thou for me, O Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, for thy name's sake, because thy mercy is good. Deliver thou me, for I am poor and needy, and my heart is wounded within me. I am gone like the shadow when it declineth, I am tossed up and down as the locust. My knees are weak through fasting, and my flesh faileth of fatness. I became also a reproach unto them. He became a disgrace unto them. When they looked upon me, they shake their heads. Help me, O Most High, my power. O save me according to thy mercy, that they may know that this is thy hand, that thou, O Most High, have done it. Let them curse, but bless thou. When they arise, let them be ashamed, but let thy servant rejoice. Let mine adversaries, my enemies, be clothed with shame, and let them cover themselves with their own confusion, as with a mantle. I will greatly praise the Most High with my mouth. Yeah, I will praise him among the multitude. For he shall stand at the right hand of the poor, to save him from those that condemn his soul. Hallelujah. I love that passage of scriptures written concerning those that could kill us. And like it says, show no mercy. Go back to 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. And to see how people go through what they go through, and to say no mercy. Don't expect it. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Most High shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. So the Most High going to destroy him, the spirit of his mouth, Mashiach Yahushua. His son, he told us in St. John 10:30, I and my Father are one. So Mashiach Yahushua, through the power of the Most High, going to consume them with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. It's going down. Revelation 19:11. This man of perdition being revealed. And the judgment. Just like we had a judgment, everybody have a judgment. And I saw heaven open, and behold a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he does judge and make war. In righteousness he coming to judge and make war. This is a Mashiach Yahushua coming in his angelic power, because he told you. Go to Isaiah 47:3. Isaiah 47:3 is judgment. Prophecy. This hasn't happened. Isaiah 47:3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. So we say that shame that we just read about. Yeah, that's shame. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. And you're going to be exposed for all the wickedness that they're doing. Shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. See that? He says not going to meet them as a man. You see us say your nakedness shall be uncovered. Meaning you're going to be exposed for all the wickedness that you've done. Look what they're doing now. I mean, Most High created a man, a male child, and a female child. Now they turning a man into a woman into a man, and now they say they stealing women's ovaries. They put them into a man's, trying to make a man to have a baby and stuff. That's why I say, you hear what he said? He said, Isaiah 47:3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance. That's what we're reading about in Revelation 19:11. Down. See, I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee, which is you, as a man. Because he's coming in his angelic power. He's hanging out with Mike out of the archangel of war. You see these chariots all over doing maneuvers and so forth. Just playing with you, toying with you. When the Mashiach busts through the clouds, everybody gonna know it. Why I say that? Revelations 1 and 7. Revelation 1 and 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds. That's the chariots. What you call the UFOs, we call them IFOs, identified flying objects. Behold, he cometh with clouds. You can read that in Psalms 104 and 3. He maketh his clouds his chariots. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. So don't worry about somebody telling you that he's over here, he's over there. Don't worry about that. You hear what he's saying? Every eye shall see him. I don't care where you at. If they 50 miles underground, it said, every eye shall see him. Did not he make it? Didn't he form it from the beginning? Under the power of the Most High, you think he don't know how to deal with allowing you to see? What this is, I mean, we're coming from another dimension. The ultimate dimension at that. He said, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him. And they also which pierced him. Hear that? He getting those that pierced him. And all kindreds of the earth shall wail. That means they're going to be crying because of him. Straight up. So Revelation 19:11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon it was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness, which is the laws of the Most High, he does judge and make war. So you can shine the laws on if you want to, but that righteousness is the laws of the Most High. He coming to judge and make war for those that either keep the laws to be blessed, or those that don't keep his laws to be punished. I mean, look, we 19, go to Revelation 20, 22 and 14. It's clear. Blessed are they that do his commandments, which is his laws, that they may have right to the tree of life, which is the tree of life, you're going to live forever, and may enter in through the gates into the city. Yasharallah. Because the gates going to have 3 gates on each direction, north, south, and east and west, which make up the 12 tribes of Israel. 3 tribes on each gate on the north, 3 tribes of Israel on 3 gates on the south, 3 gates of the Israelites on the east gate, and 3 gates of the 3 tribes of the Israelites on the west. That makes up the 12 tribes of Israel that's going to go through the gates from the north, the south, the west, the east, and the west, which make up 12 gates. And for everybody, I mean, it's clear. I don't know. That's why I say people have been lied to. Look. Go to Revelation 21, verse 10. And he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and showed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from the Most High. And it's prepared already for us. Having the glory of the Most High, Mashiach Yahushua, and her light was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal. And had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, as I just explained to you. And at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Okay? On the east 3 gates, so 3 tribes gonna go into the east gates. On the north 3 gates, so 3 tribes gonna go into the north 3 gates. On the south, 3 gates, just like I just said. But you know, you got to prove all things. So here it is. On the south, 3 gates, 3 tribes of the 12 tribes of Israel. The remnant, the 1/3, going to go in to the south. And on the west, 3 gates. See? 3 of the tribes of the remnant that's going to be redeemed. 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel going to go into the west, 3 gates. See? So, in Revelation 14 and 12. It's the last books of the Bible. Let you know that these laws are very important. Here's the patience of the saints who are the 12 tribes of Israel when you read Psalms 148:14. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Mashiach Yahushua. It's all about faith and keeping the laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. That's what it's all about. Going back to Revelation 19. Now that we established that, let's continue. Revelation 19:11 says, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he does judge and make war. So by the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, he come in to judge and make war. His eyes was a flame of fire, because he's angry. And on his head were many crowns. He's got powers and authority that's been given him to judge. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. So he got a name written that nobody's going to know but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. And his name is called the Word of the Most High. You hear that? His name is called the Word of the Most High. Understand this. The Most High have a voice. And from a voice comes words. So Mashiach is the words of the Most High that comes from the Most High's voice. Nothing new under the sun. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. I thought they had butt-naked angels. This army is the host of the Most High, which were in heaven, that's in the fourth dimension with him, not on this earth, but in heaven. He's coming with an army. Armies, it says, which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, pure righteous power, clothed in fine linen. They're going to be clothed in fine linen, white and clean. So they come up with white linen clothes. Not no butt-naked babies, butt-naked angels and stuff. That's ridiculous. They're clothed in fine linen, white and clean, as they come as the armies of Mashiach Yahushua in the power of the Most High, to the glory of the Most High. Verse 15, and out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword. Remember it said in Thessalonians? Let's go back there so you see what we're looking at here. See, out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword. Second Thessalonians 2:8, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Most High through a Mashiach Yahushua shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Right? So the seed was coming out of his mouth. Revelation 19:15. Where he's coming to judge and make war. A righteous judgment to set righteousness on this earth. Verse 15 of Revelation 19th chapter. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations. You know what that means? He's going to kill the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. And he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty Most High. You see that? So, you have to understand and understand that Mashiach Shai is not playing when he come back. He's saying, meet you as a man. He come back in his angelic power to judge and make war. And out of his mouth go up a sharp sword. A sharp sword. Look at Hebrews 4 and 12. Hebrews 4 and 12. You said in righteousness he come to judge and make war, right? Hebrews 4 and 12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword. So he let you know that he's coming with that word of the Most High. And he's going to be killing them as he's dealing with saying the law. For the word of the Most High, we just said, well, take a rocket science to figure it out. Look, verse 13 of Revelation 19. And he was clothed with his vesture dipped in blood, so his whole garment gonna be drenched with blood. And his name is called the Word of the Most High. So, since the Mashiach Shai is called the Word of the Most High, let's go back to Hebrews 4 and 12. For the Word of the Most High, Mashiach Shai, in his angelic power, is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart, of your mind, the way you think. So he bringing it. He is the word of the Most High, right? So, in this word of the Most High that we're reading here, go to Psalms, the 2nd chapter. You say it's written of me, I'm coming to the volume of the book. Psalm, the 2nd chapter. And we're going to look at verse 9. Thou shalt break them with the rod of iron. You hear that? Thou shalt break them with the rod of iron that we just read. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel, like a pot that you just throw down and just bust all over the floor. That's what he said he's going to do. Prophecy, judgment in these last days. When he comes to set righteousness on this earth forever and ever and ever. Like I said, Esau's the end of the world. Jacob's the beginning of it, their followers. So, jumping up to verse 6. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. So the Most High said, he said his king. Who's his king? Let's go back to Revelations. We was in chapter 19. Let's go back there. Who's the king? He's going to set his king on this holy mountain. Revelation 19 and 16. And he hath on his vesture, Mashiach Yahushai, and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings. You hear that? King of Kings and Lord of Lords. So he's going to be King of Kings. So now, going back to Psalms 2 and 6, it says, Yet have I set my king, Mashiach Yahushai, upon my holy hill of Zion. And Zion represents the 12 tribes of Israel. And the land of Israel. The Zion of Israel. Look at Isaiah 51 and 16. And I have put my words in thy mouth, and I have covered thee in the shadow of mine hand, that I may plant the heavens and lay the foundations of the earth, and say unto Zion, thou art my people. You see? So he says he's going to go into Psalms 2 and 6. He says, yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. It's another metaphor that we see in 2nd Ezra 2. And it says in verse 40, it says, take thy number, O Zion, and shut up those of thine that are clothed in white, which have fulfilled the law of the Most High. So you're not going to get around this. You're not going to get around just dismissing the Most High's rules and regulations, just laws and commandments. It says, the number of thy children, whom thou longest for, is fulfilled. Beseech the power of the Most High, that thy people which have been called from the beginning may be hallowed. See, I, Ezra, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, see, whom I could not number, and they all praised the Most High through Mashiach Yahushua with songs. And in the midst of them there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns. See? Like it says, Psalms 2 and 6. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. He's our king, Mashiach Yahushua. But there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns. This power is from authority. Remember, Esau is the end of the world, Jacob was the beginning of that follower, and was more exalted. So he had to be exalted before he could be more exalted, which I marvel at greatly. See? And I asked the angel and said, sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, these are they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on immortality, immortality, living forever, and have confessed the name of the Most High by Shama Mashiach Yahushua. Now are they crowned and receive palms. See? And also in 2nd Ezra 13. Excuse me. Well, we'll come back to that after we continue on this. Let's go back to Mashiach Yahushua. 2nd Psalms, the 6th verse. It says, yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Most High have said unto me, thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. Asked of me. It's not no angel. Remember, he never called no angel his son. Only a Mashiach Yahushua. This day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the utmost parts of the earth from thy possession. That's what he's given to his son, of Mashiach Yahushua. You ready for that? Ephesians 6 and 11.